So good evening and welcome everybody to round 11 of the Thursday night GT Championship. We're here at Bathurst for tonight's action, and a full lobby of 16 will compete around one of the most loved circuits in the world. And joining me as always, it's Liam in the commentary box. Liam, how are you and what are you expecting from the race today?
Yeah, hello everyone. This race is always very interesting. So obviously you've got Sector 1 very fast, Sector 3 very fast, and then the very, very twisty Monaco-like Sector 2, so it's always interesting to see. Usually top speed wins it in this track, but we'll see what everyone's gone for and how it plays out.
Definitely, obviously, Bath is quite a loved circuit among most drivers in the Project Cars 2 community, as well as the Thursday night. So as you watch Nathan there, sticking with the Porsche. I see a lot of car movements this week, I believe.
I think Frank and Edie have both switched to the Mercedes. That's minus 20 points for them.
Yeah, not a bad switch though for Edu to go from the Lamborghini. It didn't look like it was going to really produce anything.
No, of course, Ben and Nathan got some... Was it Ben and Nathan? It was Ben and someone got some very good results out of it last season. But maybe it just didn't suit Edu's style, and hopefully the Mercedes does a bit more.
So, Nathan still the championship leader. There's Gaz in his BMW. In practice, it sounds like he's getting away a bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's expecting to be fastest or slowest. I think Gaz got very good results out of this car last year. I myself could not get to grips with it, but yeah, Gaz seemed to drag a lot out of the car, so we'll be hoping to do that again. He very much outperformed it.
Up in school then, at the mountain. A bit twitchy, obviously 16 runners. That is quite not.
It's a big bonus from last week where we had 10 and the week before where I think we were down to 11, so big thank you to Edu. He's managed to provide a couple of extra drivers, and obviously the likes of Edu himself and Nathan returning is always handy, and Deathstroke as well, he's back this week, so nice to see a full grid.
Obviously, change on the horizon for the Thursday night boys. I guess more will be announced as we get closer to the change. But focus on Bathurst for tonight because there's still a championship at stake. Found the Conrad for Gaz.
We've had him scoring nothing last week.
Come down to Murray's corner then for Gaz. One of the WRT boys getting a 221. What can Gaz do? A 203.8. Here comes Nathan. 204.7. So 0.8 that Porsche, not the quickest in a straight line. It's going to be a bit of a competitor through the hill section though.
Yeah, I imagine we'll see at the end of the session who's quick where and who's prioritised what, but yeah, Porsche is never the greatest car in a straight, which the M6 is strong at, so from Nathan will have fast and Gaz in the middle part of the lap.
So Adam Morris there deciding that lap wasn't good enough and going back to the pits. Ooh, a bit of a wobble that for Robert into the Forest Selber. Through the corridor and up to the chase for the Audi driver. Now the Audi's not looking as competitive at Bathurst at the moment during practice. See Benji 1.3 off.
Yeah, Audi's always lacked straight line speed, and of course you've got a couple of big massive straights on this track, so you'll have to do it all through the middle sector.
And as Robert shows there with a 209.2, only putting him 10th. There's Paul in the Ferrari. Puts himself in 8th with a 207.2. There's Doko. 14 is the 218.7, so a quicker lap to come then from him. Comes Edu. On the bumper cam, and love this shot, especially around Bathurst as you go up through the hill, through the mountain section. But down the corner we go. What sort of speed can he do? Eke out of this Mercedes. He's up to 165. Hits the 170 coming down the hill, up towards the chase, 172. 173 before he hits the brakes. Through the chase. Now you want to be careful through there. You don't want to run too deep and you don't want to be too tight. Down to Murray's corner. Late apex, or you can make it an early one but suffer the understeer on the exit. Across the line. Puts him in 7th place. 206.7. It's going to be one of the biggest issues here, isn't it? Is 3 WRT boys. And you'll never know which one you're talking about if you only look on the left-hand leaderboard. As we look to Dean.
Yeah, it's the same with the two Robs. You go to click on one, you're thinking, which one is it going to be? It's a bit of a lottery, but...
Can Dean make something of this race? Because the Mercedes looks good. Clips the wall. We're careful, especially in the race, because that could cause you to have a bit of a game of pinball around Bathurst.
Yeah, Bathurst is as much about consistency as your pure pace. You put it in the wall in that middle sector, there's no need for going as quick if you're going to do that.
Definitely. I mean, I was in an endurance on Saturday night, just gone, and yeah, I actually managed to win it by not putting it in the wall, so damage on. Definitely one thing you don't want to be doing is clipping those walls, especially with the way that Project Cars decreases your top speed down the straight because of it. Because if you lack even 5 miles an hour down that Conrod straight, you're a sitting duck.
Yeah, I remember Dean lost it through the middle of between the S's and the Dipper last season, and he blocked the track, and there was about an M6 width and minus 5mm, so I collected him, and that ruined my race, so if you spin it through that bit, you're probably going to get collected.
What can Dean do on his current attempt? Currently 4th, goes up into 2nd, a second off the pace of Gaz. He's managed to do a 203.7.
And 4 thousandths ahead of Nathan.
Here comes Adam Morris. He comes up to Skyline. Through the S's, into the Dipper he comes. And down towards Forest Elbow. Flick left, flick right. Into this long hairpin left, which is very awkward to stop for. He's done well. And down the famous Conrod Straight. As qualifying has already finished.
At 2 minutes flies past and having fun. Adam and Cam still set a time.
Maybe both of them waiting for the track to rubber in a little bit. Being the sun going down, slightly cooler temperatures maybe. Just trying to get the rubber and get the grip out of it. What can Adam do? He only puts it 5th. Top 5 then for Adam Morris. Comes Ben Milden. So Cam 123 does senior in the Audi. Can he pull out a top 10 in that car?
Shocked, he's running around on race fuel, it seems, 55 litres.
Back end looks really sketchy as well on that Audi. And maybe an invalid lap time then, for some reason, because he's not set a time. Comes Ben Milden then into Murray's corner. Comes out of it. Currently 6th and goes 4th in ahead of Benji. That's a good lap for Ben. Doko then, the last man who will be able to set a time. Currently in 15th is a 2:18.7, which is, I would definitely say, not representative of his pace. And there we go, he goes into 14th with a 2:09.0. But if you end the pit view, that's what you'll get. It's quite an open cockpit actually, that for the Mercedes compared to most of the GT3 cars.
You know, a lot of them are quite crammed or have bars across the windscreen. That looks quite open.
So a review of the 16 qualifiers after qualifying. Gaz takes pole position by just over a second from Dean, Nathan, Ben Milden, Benji, Adam Morris, Rob Noxious, Shidu, Deathstroke is in 10th. Also got in 11th, Frank Finch in his Mercedes debut in 12th. RDJ from WRT is in 13th. Doko 14th, Robert is 15th, and Cat123 Diz Senior does not set a time. It'll be interesting to see what he does from the back of the pack.
Yeah. If you look at Gaz's times, he's the quickest in Sector 2, along with Benji, but in the first and last sectors, he's almost 3/4 of a second quicker than Benji in both of them. So Gaz by far has the strongest all-round car. Again at Bathurst, he's absolutely the fastest.
So we await the lights to appear after sinking. What a beautiful sight with the sunlight. In the front, the back.
Not such a great sight for Cam.
No, yeah, it's got a few cars in the way, that's for sure. But it's all about the start around Bathurst. It's very important to have track position, I feel, around Bathurst. Not an easy place to overtake.
No, unless they make a big mistake, you're not getting past in the second sector, and then all you've really got is Conrod Straight in the chase, Mountain Straight, and that's about it.
I mean, there's about 1, 2, 3, maybe 6 places I can think of where you can make an overtake. And that is first corner, also known as Hell Corner. Quarry Bend, you can possibly dive one up the inside. The cutting with the hairpin left. You can then try at Forest Elbow, the Chase, and then Murray's Corner. I mean, that's your 6 biggest opportunities for overtaking around it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually seen a pass without a mistake at Forest's Elbow, but with some of these guys, I'm sure they would try it. Yeah, I think they've been passes at the cutting. So yeah, not many places, and usually reliant on mistakes unless it's one of the straights, but can be done.
So we're sinking in and awaiting 3 lights. There's 1, 2, 3 red lights, and we are green at Bathurst for the feature race here at TNGTC. And Gaz gets a decent enough start to keep Dean on the outside, and Nathan's going to have a go behind. Get onto the straight, and oh, there's collision behind. That is Rob Noxious and someone in the background. Oh my word, that is a massive accident. I believe that might be Edu as well. Edu has adopted a concept of Mercedes from lap 1. Looks like someone got on the grass. 3 wide does not work, and that's Paul Scott limping off the side. That is going to have suspension damage.
A massive crash with Edu almost rolling the car, so I'm sure we'll hear after the race what happened there and whose fault it was, but
back at the front, Gaz still leads from Dean behind, 0.8 of a second already, the gap. Nathan behind Dean, Ben Milden, Benji, not Benji, sorry, Adams moves up to 5th, Benji down to 6th. One of the WRT boys, I think that might be Shadow, in 7th. It is. Frank Finch, what a start from him. There's a clip of the wall.
Avoided all the chaos, and like I said, keep out of it, and you can have a great race as he loses it into Forrest's elbow.
He's got RDJ behind him from WRT. Robert in 10th. Cam Diz Senior up to 11th after the chaos. Deathstroke is 12th. Doko 13th, Rob Noxious is in 14th. Oh, and that is
going to force Robert off there.
And a mistake from Cam 123 Diz Senior at the chase allows Deathstroke through. And that looks like RDJ into the pit lane for a bit of damage repair.
I'm sure he won't be the only one.
I'm almost certain Edu and Paul's carrying on. That's amazing.
Maybe the car looks worse than what it is.
Robert is in. Rob Noxious is Doko in as well. Wherever it is, Doko. Just entering the pits, maybe.
Crashed on the pit entry. Oh.
I don't think in had a Doko. Doko connected, that'd be white.
Yeah, I was going to say that's not normal behaviour for a car, but
Dean in a little bit of a wiggle.
They're going to have to really stretch out these tyres, because I'm assuming that 18 laps on a set of tyres is going to be a stretch for these guys. But it's their only choice.
I mean, Edu isn't practically a concept compact of a Mercedes GT3. I mean, that was pretty well moved.
Yeah, it looks like Rob and I think that's RDJ. Yeah, they're already out, so they've still got a chance. But you would think, I don't know. It looks like Edu is already moving as he's passed. How about Rob in the pits? Let's Rob with that. I'll quickly check. Rob Noxious who's just started moving. Edu looks like nothing's ever happened to his car.
He's got some sensational mechanics. He must pay them well to do that sort of a job.
Yeah, they basically built a car in a minute and a bit.
Either that or they fetched out the spare garage, one or the other. So, Gaz still leads then. There's Shadow, the only WRT driver to stay out of trouble. It's fair to say. And he's now coming in the pits. So maybe not fully out of trouble with him.
Whether this is an incredibly early tactical stop or he's hit something, but his car looks okay.
Oh, and that's an Audi spinning in the background. And I think that's Paul Scott having to wait up for Cam 123 Diz Senior, who ends up in the pit lane.
Either that was a late call or he spun and thought, oh well, I'm just going to go in while I'm here.
Looked like Paul Scott was waiting for him, and then as soon as he went into the pits, he carried on. Gaz has got a 2-second lead now as we come up to McPhillamy Park. This is getting interesting between Ben Milden and Adam Morris. They come towards the skyline for the third time. Into the S's and up towards the Dipper. And down towards Forest Elbow. A bit wider line from Ben, but he should get a good run out. And that's Benji, not too far behind in the Audi. He's doing a good job of keeping up so far.
Yeah. Maybe Adam's going to be bottlenecked by Ben, but he did a very good job.
Up towards the chase then. Through the chase and down to Murray's corner. Adam's still not yet close enough to make a move. These two teams are the ones that are fighting out for the teams championship at the moment.
Yeah, and it's Ben and Raven have the upper hand right now. Of course, it looks like the front runners don't have very far until they've got some cars to lap, so maybe that'll play into it.
Yeah, the first lapped car will be Rob Noxious in his Mercedes after the first lap, first corner incident, which I'm sure will be getting looked at. It wouldn't surprise me if that gets looked at after the race. Much nicer line that from Adam Morris through the cutting. Look left towards McPhillamy Park. Oh, and that is heavy in the wall for Adam Morris. That is not a light tap.
In fact, in this game, if you go side into the wall, you generally don't get damage, so I'm going to guess he's gotten away with that.
Won't want to do it too many more times though.
No, it's a bit detrimental to your pace and eventually to the car.
You can just see Adam trying to poke the car in, force the front end. He's trying to make that car go as fast as it possibly can without breaking it. And he's just about getting away with it.
On their last laps, Adam and Ben did exactly the same time.
They did a 206.911 each. But Benji behind them did a 206.711. So 2/10 quicker for the Audi man on that last lap.
Dean had a very good lap last lap with 2 minute 5.6. He took 8/10 out of gas.
Maybe Gaz now in tyre conservation mode, just managing the gap, don't ruin the tyres. And that's Deathstroke going round at Murray's corner.
He was just beginning to get into the back of Frank, and that's like Paul ahead of him.
I can't believe Paul hasn't pitted yet.
He's not all the cars who've pitted, not that far away. Yeah, Paul's car looks beat up, but maybe he's somehow gotten away with it all.
Well, I don't think he has. I mean, he's only doing 140 coming up to the crest. You're expecting around the 150, 155 there. Or potentially 160 as you enter Quarry Bend.
We'll see later on what he does when he gets to the chase.
He's going to shadow. He's on the back of Robert now. On the bumper cam, we're going down the outside. Down Mountain straight up towards Quarry Bend. Done him before he even gets there. Fantastic stuff that from the Mercedes driver. It's a bit coincidental, all WRT drivers in a Mercedes.
No, he wasn't teamed up for this one.
Here comes Paul.
Look what it does down the Conrod Straight.
Through Forest Elbow and onto the Conrod Straight we go then. Remember, I think it was Gaz hit 107, or was it Adam, sorry, Adam hit 173 down this straight. That's 165. 170. So he's about 2 miles an hour down.
Yeah, that might just be part of the Ferrari, but it doesn't seem like he's really been affected then. If he can get to 171. No. Or maybe he's been somehow incredibly lucky and gotten away with whatever the hell happened at turn 1 as a handbag in pits.
And Robert has now gone. He is no longer in the race.
This Rob doesn't have long until the leading pack is behind him.
And Gaz is pulling against him at a rate of a second per lap. That leading gap though, 1.9, so it's being quite stable at the moment. But Adam Morris has Benji right at the backside. Now in the most awkward position for Adam Morris, although I suspect it won't be too bad on the basis Benji is his teammate.
I'm sure Benji will give him a chance, and if it gets too long he might want through, but for now I'm sure he'll leave Adam to it.
Benji knowing coming into this race that the Audi is not the quickest car compared to its rivals, maybe wanting Adam to pierce the gap and Benji to follow through. Was it 173 or was it 183 that Adam managed to get to?
173.
Was it? Because that Audi just done 175.
Yeah, it would have had a double slipstream, so that would have been a big help.
There's Gaz Rob just up the road. In the dullest sounding car on the planet.
Sure, we'll start getting a flash into lights soon from Gaz, because this route is going to have to do the middle sector behind Rob. As it looks like, is that Rob slowing?
No, Rob's still going for it at the cutting. At the moment, Rob is fine. He's not exactly holding out. Now he's going to have to let him go. This is bad news for Dean, though. He's going to be caught right behind him.
These two. Rob would make a good effort since they're teammates.
Good stuff from Rob. There's Nathan in third. Field's starting to spread a bit, apart from that battle for fourth. Through the S's and into the dipper then for Nathan. He's gradually closing in on Rob to lap him. They're very, very tentative on the brakes to make sure the back end doesn't go under heavy braking and weight transfer. As Rob lets us go down the Conrod. Adam Morris has dropped a little bit off of Ben, but could just be the concertina effect as we go down the Conrod. Into the chase. Adam a lot better on the brakes, but I feel he's not quite getting the lines out of the corners here.
No, it seems like Ben's got Ben's a bit. Ben will either have better traction at Forest Elbow or just generally a bit less downforce than Adam, but Ben is going for the undercut, so it'll be interesting to see how Adam and Ben respond.
Yeah, maybe Adam and Benji coming up with a bit of a plan here. Try and call Ben's bluff.
Very possible, of course. They'll probably be talking to each other, trying to work out what to do.
Obviously, if Ben was to come in now and Adam was to have a good couple of in-laps almost, could jump him. But will Ben feel threatened enough by Benji's Audi coming in this early? Or on this lap?
He might do, but the disadvantage for Benji is he's got Deathstroke, Paul and Frank all just up the road from him, so if he closes onto them quick enough and they don't pit, he's going to have a bit of a tough time trying to pass them.
We watch Adam Morris down into Forest Elbow, right behind Ben Milden. You kind of feel that there's going to be a bit of a strategy implemented here by Adam, of eventually he's going to pick a lap, and whatever Ben does, he does the opposite.
You really think of Ben, I feel like this is going to be that lap for Adam. Ben stays out, he goes in. Ben goes in, he stays out. No, he won't want to lose out to Benji either.
Must admit though, I think I'd prefer to try and get to lap number 9 or 10 here. And give myself a little... Oh, hello. Ben really causing a bluff in that. Maybe, is that what Adam's doing? Is he really going to come in on the same lap as Ben?
Very possible. It's very surprising that he tried to copy Ben.
Very jerk reaction.
He's not going to get around him.
It was a very jerk reaction, wasn't it, from Adam Morris?
Yeah, it's not often we see drivers using bluffing into the pit lane as a strategy. Ben thought he tried it on me at America, but I was just generally pitting that lap, so it's usually Ben who we see do it, and he's just tapped the wall there.
Up through the cutting, and that's Deathstroke around again at Murray's corner, having a good time around there.
Yeah, he's gone round, Paul's pitted, so that has released Benji. This has worked out perfectly for him.
He's got Frank Finch up the road as Benji. He's got about 9 seconds.
9 seconds.
So I would say these are the 2 laps where you'd expect them to be pitting. It's around the halfway mark.
Yeah, this is normally where we're going to start seeing everyone piling in. But what will Adam and Ben do in relation to each other? Is Adam actually just going to copy Ben? Once we're coming up to the lap Rob here.
Down the Conrod then. Ben and Adam. Towards the chase they come. Flick it left, flick it right. Where does Milden go? He stays out, as does Adam. He's going to go around for at least another lap here.
The entire top 5 has stayed out, which is interesting.
I don't think that's Frank pitted. I don't think Frank's pitted either. It's the top 6.
No. Frank has not pitted.
The top WRT boy in 9th there. I think that might be Shadow. Yes, it is.
13 Shadow's pitted, hasn't he? Or is he not?
Yes, he has. Shadow has pitted.
He has, so at the moment he is probably met ahead of Frank and Deathstroke.
Frank has lost a lot of time as he's now behind Benji.
Ah. He's missing a rear wing.
That probably doesn't help.
Yeah, so I'm guessing he's half spun it and whacked the rear somewhere. Deathstroke comes in with him, he's got a very broken rear end. Probably from his multiple 720s and that crash at lap 1.
Back with Adam Morris though in 5th, still behind Ben Milden. And that is going to be... Who's that ahead of them? Is that going to be Cam? No, it's not.
No,
It's
Edu.
Edu. In the Porsche-coloured Mercedes, I would have to say.
That's not going to be helpful for Ben. Nor is that. When you car slide like that in front of you, always worry are they going to slide into you, what side you have to go, and that you can get to cover it.
Edu on the right-hand side, just over the crest. Adam has... I don't know whether that's just the concertina effect happening, or whether Adam really has lost a bit of time.
I'm not sure. He's lost it about half a second. But maybe he's just had a sloppy lap.
What does Ben do? Ben goes in. Adam follows him.
This is really strange tactics from Adam. Now we'll have to see
Into the wall.
where they come out in relation to Benji. Nathan and Dean are in. I thought he was just Gaz having not come in.
This is very strange, madam. I thought maybe you'd gone on one more lap to try and make the position up, because he's finding overtaking difficult at the moment.
Yeah, we're going to have to see if anyone swaps around in this.
It's the race within the race. There goes Dean. There goes Nathan and Ben. And Adam's not going to get past Ben in the pits. He's going to rejoin right behind him.
Status quo.
Here comes Benji though. He's going to have good speed coming out of Hell's Corner. And he's ahead of both of them. He's undercut them both.
Yeah, that's very well done by Benji. Put himself up into P4. I think Gaz will respond this lap.
That makes you wonder, will he now back Ben up into Adam? Maybe this was the plan.
Very, very possible.
There's Edu. He's now battling with Rob Noxious in what is considered to be quite a loose rear-ended Mercedes there. There's Paul. Running in on not having the best race, but after the first turn accident, I don't think anyone from...
Paul is now behind Deathstroke for some reason.
Yes. Back to Ben.
Paul had some damage we didn't know about effects, but his car top speed was okay. It looked like it was handling okay. Gaz pits.
I think he's going to be quite comfortable though.
It should come out 3 seconds maybe ahead of Dean. I think Benji's going to be vulnerable having the low top speed. He's got Ben and then much quicker in a straight Mercedes behind him.
Whereas it's one thing to have a quicker car in a straight line, is another to use that up into the chase against an Audi.
Oh, Benji went to the middle.
Good placement from Benji, and this is just going to allow Adam to catch Ben up. This will frustrate Ben massively. There goes Gaz. Out ahead of Dean as expected there. And Ben is now looking like he's getting very frustrated.
That's the thing, from Gaz has gained a second on Dean through the pit stops.
Problem is, Gaz is ahead and on fresher tyres. That is never a good combination when you're in second. Here's Ben, really going to look through Quarry Bend. He's looking, he's not going to do it though, and that's going to cost him time with the line. Adam now.
Hold back and try and pass him in the corner off straight again.
Adam is in prime position though here. Ben really did.
It's a mistake of trying to pass Benji. Adam's there to pick it all up.
Well, the other issue here is that the run that Ben gets, if Benji puts him on the outside, I mean, Adam's going to have a double slipstream run, at the pair of them almost into the chase, and he'll definitely get Ben if he goes with Benji's line. You'd have to think.
Again, through the pit stop, Nathan's closed a little bit more onto Bean.
It's like an interesting battle up for 9th. I think that might be RDJ and Deathstroke fighting and 10th. Deathstroke getting past the WRT driver and now in the wall. The pair of them round in the wall, and I think Paul having to...
Paul navigates his way through the middle of it, and that's at the cutting. RDJ's car is completely destroyed.
Has no error.
Oh, Benji's disconnected, so he's out of 4th.
That's a big shame, and possibly even worse for Adam Morris, that to have his teammate disconnect at this point in the race.
Yeah, they could have used the team game, but it looks like that's out the window for them as Benji's disconnected.
It's amazing, really, the fact that Rob Noxious could score a point here if another man retires.
Yeah, that would be RDJ, he's probably going to have the pet, so you think, yeah, Rob's going to get a point after that first corner chaos. Deathstroke, he's probably going to have to pet. Rob could get 9th.
As RDJ has...
Where is it? BMW can barely hit 140.
Has RDJ... No, some... I don't think we've got all 3 WRT boys. Is Edu? He's not here.
Well, it looks like Edu's
RDJ
retired.
Mistake on the grass, but I don't think he can really help it.
That's another whack. Yeah, it looks like he's probably got really bad suspension damage.
Yeah.
There goes Rob.
Deathstroke in the post.
Rob is going to go up into 9th.
RDJ in his... having all the cones. Mercedes AMG G3 Compact.
Yeah, we've seen so many broken cars this race as there goes the leader Gaz to lap him.
Well, that's the second compact Mercedes. The other one being...
Yeah. Hopefully for now on they can keep it clean and we can get a couple more battles as you can see for 7th and 8th, Paul was closing in on Frank. Got him half a second in the previous lap.
Adam Morris still looking at the back of Ben Milden's car. He's going to be sick when he gets out of that just from looking at it.
He'll be able to draw it at the end of this race.
Going to Quarry Bend. Up towards the cutting. It's quite a crucial corner, the cutting, isn't it? I mean, gives you the boost up the hill. I mean, if you can get a better exit, better run up the hill, is a massive advantage.
Yeah, it's a quite important corner. I always found with the, particularly a chase, you brake and you feel like you've braked 100 metres too late. In your mind you're just thinking this car is not going to stop, and it just does. It's kind of the same for the cutting. You go round the left tank before and you're doing 130, 140 and you slam on the brakes and it just somehow stops, so very important corners.
Down into Forest Elbow. Ben's car looking a bit sketchy.
Just, retired. I think that was Deathstroke who's retired out of the race.
Yes, down to 11 runners now. Cam is back in the pits as we go on board with Adam Morris. Can he get a run into the chase? No, he doesn't. He doesn't even bother looking.
Yeah, that was probably one of his best opportunities. He was a tenth behind, but maybe we'll get another one.
Down to Murray's corner we come then, for what is the 14th time. Only 5 more laps to go for these two.
I was about to say, Gaz has absolutely smashed it with a 2 minute 5.1, and though you realise Nathan has somehow gone even quicker with a 2 minute 5.0.
Impressive that in a Porsche. Problem is, he's around 2 seconds behind Dean, and not ideal.
He's going to get another lap or two where he's 8 tenths quicker than Dean, he'll be right on him, but not quite over for the podium position.
Not quite, as we go into the cutting again with Adam Morris and Ben. Up towards McPhillamy Park. Little lift there, which is interesting. And Ben's got it wrong through McPhillamy. Lucky is the Skyline in the S is next, because otherwise Adam might have had a look. Down towards Forest Hill. I mean, that bumper cam really showing how fast these cars are going down that mountain stretch.
Yeah, Adam's going to have a slipstream. He's a bit further back than last time, but I don't think he's going to have a chance.
He's gradually creating more and more pressure on himself, is Adam, leaving it later and later and later.
Nathan set a bad lap at 2 minutes 6.1, but Dean doing a 2 minute 6.1. Nathan had a chance to take a huge chunk of time out of him, but he just couldn't.
Through Hell corner.
Cam is back into the pits for about the 6th time. 41 litres, despite there only being 6 laps left for him, but he's only going to get to do about 3.
Up towards Quarry Bend then, for the battle for 4th. I guess the only other thing for Adam here is, does he really want to overtake Ben? As
Ben's got it really wrong.
Definitely really wrong into the cutting there and almost lost position, but he's Adam just playing a bit of a track position game for race 2.
Oh, it's very possible. We have actually seen, surprisingly enough, people win from the back here in Bathurst.
Oh, that's Nathan! Nathan's gone round.
The wall as well.
That was onto
Maybe if he's got damage, he could ask the team to just fix the damage and not change his tyres, or just go around for the last 4 laps. We'll stick with him, see what his speed is, but...
That was on the entrance to McPhillamy.
Yeah,
that is a weird place to go.
We've seen it before, you can take too much of that inside curb and it just kicks the car up onto 2 wheels, so... I wouldn't be surprised if that's what he's done, but... We'll see his straight line speed, see if that's affected.
There is a strip of grass if you clip it, but very rare that you lose it that badly.
Yeah.
165. 166 he touches.
Not terrible, but...
He's got enough time to come in and fix the damage and keep 5th place here.
32 seconds. Also, he probably thinks if he's only down a couple of miles an hour, it's not worth it. So we'll have a look at his next lap time when he comes round, see how badly he's affected.
On the back now of Ben, and Ben's off into the ground. Oh, that's a dodgy re-entry.
I think he was just desperate and pushed Adam to the left, and it looks like Ben definitely has lower aero because he's pulling away from Adam.
Oh, that's not the line you want to be braking on there, Adam.
Yeah, Adam will not be happy about being pushed off there.
Into the cutting then for the 17th time. If you just join us, Gaz is leading by 5 points, by 6 seconds now to Dean. And we're down to 10 cars.
Yeah, someone else is out of the race.
I believe that might be RDJ out of the race.
Very possible. So at this rate, despite being about 2 or 3 laps down, Cam might get points.
Well, Cam will get points.
Yeah, he's done 75% of the race. Yeah, he's going to get points from this.
Phenomenal stuff then from Gaz. No qualifying time, constantly in the pits, and he's going to get his first TNGTC point.
Yeah. Arden back has done 5 or 6 pit stops and he's gonna get points, which is quite astounding, but like I said in qualifying, it's about consistency here, not all out pace, as we've seen several cars have fallen foul to. Let's see what Nathan's lap time is when he comes round.
Does that not just prove, just keep on going, no matter what happens, keep going, and where you find yourself, you can...
Yeah. Like I was saying to you before we started, I got crashed into both races here last season, kept going round in both of them, got 4 points, and me and Gaz won the team by 3 points, so every point can make a difference, and you may as well, because like it's turned out for Cam, he's going to get points despite it looking impossible before the race started.
So the two Mercedes boys on their penultimate lap, going down Quarry Bend.
Nathan's done a 2-minute 9, so he's probably about 3.5 seconds off his normal pace, but
still cooking in the shadow though. Tell you what, we've not mentioned him very much this race, but Frank Finch, fair play to him, he's up into 7th at the moment, and it looks like he's holding off Paul Scott.
Yeah, he's got 2.3 seconds to call. He's been a bit of the dark horse for points this season. He's kept out of the incidents, and every race we see him sitting in about 7th or 8th. I mean, he got that, what was it, 5th place in the Circuit of the Americas sprint.
And I think 7th in the feature is worth more, is it not? Than 5th in the
7th
sprint?
in the feature is probably about 6 points. The 7th in the feature and 5th in the sprint are probably about the same, but 6 points for Frank, I'm sure he'll be very happy with. It may not be 6 points, but it'll be something about that. I think the 7th might actually be 7. My remembering is correct, so we've got a new point system for this season. I don't quite remember it perfectly.
Down towards the chase of the penultimate time. Adam's going to have one more lap to try his best and get past one of his arch nemesis. He's down towards Hell Corner. They come. Into Hell for the final time. Gaz is just 8 seconds up the road now. I think Dean's just bringing home 2nd place. But this is the fight for the podium. Now, you wouldn't have thought that about 3 laps ago. Through Quarry Bend, up towards the cutting. Looks like Ben ran wide and possibly into the wall into the cutting, and now Adam's all over him. Up the hill we come. Adam probably the closest he's been this race.
Adam's setting a personal best sector 1, showing how hard he's pushing, even with Ben stuck up in front of him.
Down to Skyline. Into the S's he comes. Into the dipper. Very easy corner to get wrong that, and Adam Morris almost did. Slight wiggle of the front end as he come into Forrest's elbow. Down the Conrod for the final time. Will we get to see the end of this battle? Because Gaz is rounding the final corner. Winner of the feature race at Bathurst. A dominant win for Gaz there. Adam can't quite get past. He's going to have one more shot at Murray's corner. Defensive line from Ben. Pulls across. He's going to do it. There's Dean in second. A good race from him. And Ben is going to be very happy with that. A third place for Ben Milden. Fourth for Adam Morris. Nathan's going to come home in fifth. Although he is not. He is going to be kicking himself. He had an easy third place, you'd have to say. And he's thrown it away. This man, WRT Shadow. A good race here.
Full in position to charge for the sprint race.
Definitely. He's going to have to battle Benji though.
Yeah, of course, Benji will probably be the outstanding favourite.
But nonetheless, a cracking race for Shadow, the WRT boy, to finish. Cross the line for 6th place, a fantastic effort by him. Frank Finch really does have Paul Scott up his chuff into the chase. Oh, and Paul looking all over the back of that yellow Merc. And Frank positioning it absolutely perfectly. Down towards Murray's, and here comes Paul around the outside. He's not going to do it though, and Frank Finch will come home in 7th, with Paul Scott in 8th, Rob Noxious in 9th, and Cam in 10th. So here are the confirmed results. See, always provisional. Gaz is winning, followed by Dean, Ben Milden, Adam Morris, Nathan, Shadow, Frank Finch, Paul Scott, Rob, and Cam123 De Senior battles it out to claim his first point in TNGTC when it looked pretty impossible. So Liam, you're driver of that race. I'm almost certain I know who you're going to pick.
It's the simple choice of it's got to be Gaz, with Frank deserving a shout out.
Yeah, very interesting. I think, yeah, Gaz was the standout driver. I mean, but we kind of already knew that going in from practice. But so on that basis, I'm going to say Shadow because he's done really well to come in and claim 6th place, really. Because you think about unknown quantity, Gaz we already knew was going to be quick and was probably already going to win, so...
Yeah, but... So there's certainly plenty of drivers that could have won it.
I mean, Cam deserves a shout out for staying in for 10th. I mean, that's a brilliant effort by him. And
Yeah,
also Rob.
considering he made pit stop every other lap, basically.
Well, 4 times he entered the pit lane. But his best lap wasn't far off.
No, his lap was around there with Frank, and of course, Frank's finished 7th.
Anyway, I'll see. Next up is the sprint race, so hopefully you'll join us for that in 5-10 minutes time-ish. But thank you for watching Feature Race here at Bathurst. From me and Liam, we will catch you in 5.